Well, he's just working his way really nicely into the season now, and he's probably ready to go 3 weeks before the bye when he had that little break and sort of really got himself really fit. Had a couple of little hammies, and he just adds a new dimension to our forward line. And you got him and Brownie who can play tall and small. And we got boys around who are quick feet, and then our keys are going really well. So it just helps us all. It's a good, fun forward line at the moment.
Spoke to the coach pre-game. We also spoke to Jake pre-game. Asked how much licence he had, and he said very little. I suspect you've got a little bit of licence. If anyone gets a bit of licence, it's got to be you.
No. He's taking it off me. So I'm unlocking now, but it's good. It's because we feel like we're harder to play on at the moment, and the next 5 weeks we're playing some really good teams, and it's going to help having string going up and going.
Tom Greene tonight, 16 clearances he had. He was a wrecking ball in the middle there, and I just look at him and Finn Callahan, that one's the contested beast and one's the uncontested runner, the monster that just keeps turning the legs over. You must love the form they're in right now.
Yeah, or his connection with Briggsy, I noticed it from the forward line tonight. He was just too big, too strong in the midfield, really. He was great. So he probably set the game up and, put us in a strong position in that first half, and he's one of the better stoppage players going around.
It's interesting the amount of ball that you did get to go forward. He didn't have a big one tonight, Aaron Cadman, but he's won over the last 15 or 20 games. It seems to have come on in leaps and bounds. Saw signs early, but he now looks like he's physically ready to dominate games.
He is, and he's different to Hogues in that he's up and down. His groundwork's elite. His follow-up's unreal. And he's been dominating training for 6 months before he started dominating games. And when you see that, you know it's coming. And not going to, as a key forward, you're not going to play well every week, but he contributes. And he's had some big ones the last month.
It's about to get serious the next few weeks and ramp right into a finals campaign. If there's something you just need to fix or just get 100% refined and right, ready to go, can you put your finger on it?
Yeah, probably front half defence, making sure we can play that front half game against good teams. You're going to have to not rely as much on back half score, which I don't think we did tonight, but our stoppage game was super strong. So they're probably a couple of things, and then on the back of that you reduce inside 50s and you play it in your half. So that's probably one thing we'll look to get better at.
You've seen Giants teams that have played finals before, made it to a grand final. How does this one compare?
Yeah, it's always different. I guess this is when you find out how good you are the next 5 weeks, and we're not guaranteed to play finals, but we can also make top 4. So it's a good position to be in. We know what we got to do. We've got to beat these good teams around us. So if you can get rolling and get hot and win 4 or 5 of our last 5, then we're as good a chance as any, I feel.
And you need to beat Sydney next week, who you've had some almighty tussles with over the years. They broke your hearts last year. Is there going to be a bit of feeling in this one? Yeah,
they're always good games. And they've had the wood over us the last couple of years. So, no, we know what we got to do, and looking forward to it. Hopefully, a sold-out energy be unreal on a Friday night. Really looking forward to it.
Great work tonight, Skipper.
Awesome.
Well done. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Toby.
Toby Greene, what a star he was tonight for the Giants. So we've got Jake.
Good, Jake.
Come on in, Jake.
Hello, brother.
Before and after.
Yeah,
I know.
Double dip.
Well, when he set the game alight, how much fun was that playing against the old team?
Yeah, it was... I was just more happy with the mark on Jaden. I told him.
Yeah, we thought you would be.
And you gave it to him.
Yeah,
come on. That was all right.
He was a bit salty with me after it. But...
I can imagine why.
For context for people watching at home, you and Jaden are great mates. You were in his wedding. You speak every day, I understand.
Yeah.
So this was the perfect guy to take a streamer on.
Yeah, I reckon that'll be me wallpaper on my phone for the next...
Screensaver for a while.
Just for the next 6 weeks.
How's the touch? How are you feeling? Like your game looks like it's in really good order for us outside looking in. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I think I'm starting to find my feet in the forward line. It was always going to take a bit of time, with so many great players down there. But yeah, I think I've sort of found a nice little groove with Toby and all the other smalls, and it helps when the big boys are bringing it to the front and can get after it.
Yeah, we spoke a little bit earlier about Tom Greene and his clearance work, but your clearance work, particularly in the front half, was exceptional, and big Kieran Briggs goes a long way towards helping, doesn't he?
He does. He's a big brick of a man, suits his last name, but yeah, he was super. I looked at the scoreboard and Greene had 16 clearances at one stage. I was like, phew. So, but he does that week in, week out. He's a superstar. He puts the work in at training, so it's no wonder he gets up.
And how often are you going to run into an open goal and dish out an ordinary hand pass?
Yeah, well, that's what happens when I don't normally hand pass them. So I said to Maxie, lucky you picked that one up off your toes. Otherwise,
be honest with us. Was it one of those handballs you were trying to get back?
No, I definitely wasn't getting it back. But it was Jaden again, so I was going to nutmeg him through his legs, but I thought, no, I'll just play it safe.
And how were you treated by the rest of the Essendon boys on the night?
It wasn't much chatter. It was pretty quiet. A few bits and pieces, but it was pretty low-key. Wasn't many of them running around. That was the issue. It was a lot of young kids. I didn't know many of them out there.
And so do you feel for the guys now at the moment? Zach Merrett, for example, you would know how hard he works. I know you really admire and respect him, and to see, that he's toiling out there each week is a pretty difficult path.
Yeah, I was having a chat to him after the game, and I just said that to him. I'm like, mate, I've never seen anything like it. What they're going through at the minute, they're just depleted with injuries. And, to his credit, he's still doing his thing week in, week out, setting a great example for the young kids. And, with him at the helm, they'll be in good stead in the years to come.
Well done tonight. You were brilliant, and I'm sure you'll enjoy winning this one over your old team, and particularly that mark. Go grab your phone and change your screensaver. Maybe send Jaden a text. Tom Greene. We've spoken about Toby, but Tom Greene, what a performance. 16 clearances, equaling the PB of anyone this year, which incidentally was also Tom Greene.
Yep. And then we just heard Jake Swinger say, he does this every week. This is what he does. He's a big-bodied mid that's unstoppable when they're starting to get a good look at it in terms of the ruckman getting his hands on it first time. I mean, the goal, that forward 50 goal that he kicked, was one of the best little deft taps you've ever seen from a ruckman king. So, I mean, this guy's such a weapon around the stoppages. And then you look at all the other options around him with your Finn Callahans and pace and all sorts of options that can rotate through there. There's a lot to like about their makeup, isn't there?
Well, if he can do this, Jace, it allows you to play another runner in there because he's your contested possession man. This is the stoppage you're talking about. First class service just on a platter to wrap around on the left. That is
banana passes. Oh, you've got it all going on.
Well, in fairness, they probably should have dominated the hit-outs tonight, and they probably should have smashed them at clearance when you look at the lineups that were available tonight. So they did that. They ticked the box they had to tick. There'll be better opposition upcoming, like next weekend, as we're talking about. But it is good to see him get that done so convincingly tonight.
Yep. And those numbers from stoppage, which haven't been so glowing leading into this, is that just showing that there's another way that they can get it done? It doesn't all have to be off half-back?
Well, they needed it, didn't they? I think it was 58 points to 8 from clearance or something to that effect. Yep. And they needed it. I mean, their first half was extraordinary from stoppage, and you can see it there. You can see the sheer damage. I mean, you get those sort of numbers rolling, Jace, and it's hard to lose, really.
Yeah, and they're the things that they've been working on. They've been improving in recent weeks, and Adam Kingsley be making a mental note of this. It's one thing to do it against Essendon. It's another to do it against the top teams. But he did make mention they've got a few of the strong teams coming up. Even Sydney, who are back playing some really good football. We know they were last year's grand finalists, so they're going to have some really good tests. They're doing the right things now. We've got to continue to do it.
What did he say? He's getting Hogan back next week, Taylor probably back next week,
and Brent Daniels
Kelly back
in about 3 weeks.
Brent Daniels in 2 or 3 weeks.
They're building.
I mean, if you can be full strength at that stage of the year, Jason, fingers crossed, you're a live chance.
Brent Daniels is such an important player to the way the Giants go about it. You've isolated some vision involving Tom Greene and just a lapse in concentration or effort from Sam Durham that just needs to be better.
Yeah, and these are the little gaps in their leadership core. This has nothing to do with inexperience or the fact that there's a whole heap of kids out there tonight. It's just do your job. And his job on that occasion is to be physical with Tom Greene in a highly threatening area on the ground. Great ruck work, great clearance craft and all those sorts of things. But the defensive effort just wasn't there from Durham on that occasion. They've got to be better. It's tough. They've got to get everything right, these senior core players, because we highlight them when they don't. If it's a kid, you just move straight past it, but it's not.